everybody, it is the Lawn Gnome, and welcome back to yet another tag video. I think this may be the first tag of 2018, and yes, it is one that I have been tagged in. I am sort of trying to slow down on tags just because of the fact that I've definitely seen that they have taken a lot of time to put together, but when I started doing that little shortcut, it started to get a little bit better, but part of me was saying, you know, don't do any more tags. However, when you do get tagged, how can you possibly say no to a friend? So I was tagged by Shan over at Secondhand Shan, fellow Tri-Stater represent, and I am very excited to tackle the BookTube About Me tag. And I like these kinds of tags because of the fact that you really give your audience a chance to get to know you a little bit better, and I'm really excited to answer these 10 questions, so I'm really hoping that you guys will look forward to hearing what I have to say, and more importantly, getting to know a little bit more about me, even though you may know way too much about me for your own good. Anyway, let's get started with the questions. The first question is, what do you study, or what is your job? Well, right now I work for a private college in New York. It also has a couple of branches all across the country as well as the world, and I am a data analyst for the two deans of graduate and undergraduate studies at this school. A data analyst, the best way to describe it, is someone who organizes data, and I focus on teacher data, student feedback, etc. And I absolutely love my job because I like to organize things. That's just something that I do. And knowing that I actually have a job where I actually do stuff like that is always a great thing. You know what they say, enjoy what you do and you'll never work a day in your life. I also work on the school's YouTube channel now, posting testimonial videos and a couple of other videos. I'm really glad about the fact that I actually have been asked to do so, especially because of the fact that I make YouTube videos. The next question is, what is your favorite social media channel? That's a very tough question because right now social media is probably one of the more hostile places to be these days, but I would probably say that my favorite one is Twitter, just because of the fact that I have created so many amazing friendships through the YouTube community via Twitter. It gives me a chance to really connect to people, have great conversations with people, and more importantly, help others with their channels and collab together. And it's always great to have direct contact with people to really get to know a different person, and I have just met so many amazing people thanks to the beauty of Twitter, and I want to thank my good friend Sarah Ella for finally helping me put a Twitter account together, and I gotta tell you, Sarah, you did create a monster. Question number 3 is, if you have another YouTube channel, what would it be about? Well, you see, that's an interesting question to me. I don't think I ever would make a second channel. As a matter of fact, when people that I know on YouTube say that they want to make a second channel, I always say don't do it, because it's just going to add to your frustration and stress, because you want to keep to one niche. I understand that in a certain channel. If it's a BookTube channel, you want to just do books. If you're a movie reviewer, you want to just do movies. But you don't have to, because I always say it, it's your channel and you do with it whatever you please. If you make a second channel, it's just going to be so much harder to keep track of everything. People who actually do have 2 channels and manage to handle it are really few and far between. If you love something, put it on one channel, regardless of how many things it is, because variety is a spice of life, and the best part about having everything in one place is you're going to have so many different kinds of watchers from so many different walks of life. Question number 4 is, do you play any instruments? Not anymore. I used to play bass guitar. When so many people wanted to play drums or wanted to play guitar, I always wanted to play bass, because when it comes to music, the bass is the one instrument that holds down the rhythm. It is the backbone of a rock band, and I have always praised some of the greatest bass players out there of all time, like John Paul Jones, Geddy Lee, all the way to Fieldy and John Young from Dream Theater. There are so many amazing bassists in the history of music, and they have all brought such unique sounds to the table and have shaped music for the better. Question number 5 is, what other hobbies do you have other than reading? Well, I don't think it's hard for me to tell you guys what my hobbies are because they're scattered all throughout my channel. What don't I do? I don't dance, and I don't underwater basket weave. Question number 6 is, what are your favorite TV shows? Oh my goodness, did you poke the bear? I don't really know how I can list every single one of them in one video, but I will give you 5 of my favorites. Batman the Animated Series, Seinfeld, The Simpsons, Married with Children, and Entourage. That is as far as I'm going to go for now, but there's so many others. Question number 7 is, what got you into reading? Well, I've always been interested in reading books. I mean, unfortunately, when I was really young, I wasn't as interested as I am now. And when it came to reading books for school, there were very few books that I was really interested in, but I was always interested in very imaginative worlds. And I got turned on to books and really started enjoying reading books when I was maybe 10 or 11, and that was when I first picked up Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park, which was an unbelievable book. But when Harry Potter came out, that really changed the tides, and I have been such a massive reader ever since. When I was getting my master's degree, there was one thing that I was very upset about in regards to sacrificing so much, and that was the fact that I wasn't able to read for pleasure for a while. And the minute I got my master's degree, I just went back to reading, and I have read so many amazing books ever since, and I have to thank you all because you have given me such amazing suggestions. Right now I am in the middle of the Mistborn trilogy, and I am absolutely loving that series. I have no idea why it took me so long to read it. Question number 8 is, what are your favorite and least favorite genres? Well, my favorite genre is definitely sci-fi/fantasy, and my least favorite is contemporary. Question number 9 is, what books best define your childhood? Ooh, I would probably say Dr. Seuss books, Little Golden books, and that includes legendary characters like the Saggy Baggy Elephant, the Pokey Little Puppy, and the Tawny Scrawny Lion, just to name a few, and probably the Berenstain Bear books. I loved the Berenstain Bear books when I was growing up, and as I got into my preteen years, I started reading the Goosebumps books. That was also a very big thing that influenced my childhood in regards to reading, and even Garfield books. I loved reading Garfield books, and Calvin and Hobbes. I really enjoyed those as well, not to mention all the comic books that I read. So there were a lot of great things that really did influence reading in my childhood. And the final question is, tell us an interesting fact about you. Well, I'm not going to tell you that right now. At the end of the video, there will be a link to 35 facts about me, so you won't just get one of them, you'll get a bunch of them, and then you'll really get to know a lot of interesting things additional about me than you just heard on this video. But that is the BookTube About Me tag 2018, Secondhand Shan. Thank you so much for tagging me, and now it is time to tag a couple of other people, and I'm going to tag 3 of my newer subscribers. I'm going to tag Cammy's Corner, Manal and Her Books, and Emmabooks. Thank you once again for watching today. I'm looking forward to your comments in the box below, and I'll see you in the next tag. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.